Hey guys, welcome to the channel. Having some technical difficulties today, but I wanted to make a video because we have some big Solana news. Solana, I've been talking about Solana for the longest time. People call me crazy when I sold all of my ETH to get into Solana months ago. You should have seen what I was getting in the comments talking about I was crazy, I'm going to be poor, blah, 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 blah. But things are coming to fruition. Slowly but surely, things are happening. First, we had ETH. They got their approved ETF, and people are speculating that could happen next month, and that'll be good for the space, good for ETH holders. But Solana also got ETF news today, which caused the price to go up almost 10%. It hit 150 briefly. Now we're up, in the high 140s, but still, it's a good thing. So today's video, I'm gonna talk about that. A lot of other exciting Solana news, why I think it's going to be the L1 of the future, and also some macro Bitcoin news as well. So guys, if you like the video, please hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you want to see more content like this. But let's get into it. Let's see what's going on with Sol today. So Sol is the talk right now. If we look at the price of Sol currently, it's at 149 bucks, almost hitting 150 again. So we look at the 24-hour activity, up 8.9%. Currently, market cap's at 69 billion. Look at the trading volume, 2.8 billion. And, that's everything's looking good right now for Sol. Bitcoin is still in the low 60s. I think that's a great buying opportunity for Bitcoin right now. And if you look at the past 24 hours, only up, a percent. But the reason you guys probably clicked on this video just to see what I'm talking about and my opinion on this ETF. Van Eck has filed for a Solana ETF in the US. Will it happen this year? I don't know. But will it happen next year? Probably a good chance. Very good chance. A lot of people didn't think ETH ETF would happen this year either. And look at it now. In my opinion, in my little brain, I'm thinking, well, it is highly sought after. It's faster, cheaper fees, and the market wants it. Why? And it's new tech versus ETH's old tech. And I guess the L2s are making up for ETH's shortcomings, but why not? It makes perfect sense to me. If ETH gets passed, I don't see why Solana ETF can't happen in the very near future. So right now, while the price is under $200, I think it's a great buying opportunity. I'm doing whatever I can to stack Solana right now. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But out of all the projects I've reviewed on this channel, I feel so passionate about Solana. That's my number one L1. And as far as if I were to pick another, token to stack aside from the big ones, it'll be Jupiter, the DEX aggregator running on top of Solana. That's the one out. Those are the two right now that I'm going heavy in. But anyway, I digress. So that's what's causing the price of ETH to pump right now. People are very excited about it. I'm in Solana. People are very excited about Solana and the market in general. We had a lot of FUD the past week or so with Bitcoin, and I'll get into that. But it's nice to see some positive news coming the crypto's way. Also, Coinbase, I believe, is filing a lawsuit against the SEC. So it's good to see that see SEC on the defensive instead of being on offensive all the time. And also, there was a ETP. They're filing for one in Canada. Canada seems to be a trailblazer when it comes to ETFs and these ETPs and all of that. But Solana, again, they filed for the first one. I believe it was last week. So we could be on the lookout for that. Do you see a trend? The trend is these markets are noticing that this is the new tech and they want to get a piece of it. They want to own some of the Solana without the security concerns, seed phrases and all of that. So again, you want a project that has cutting edge technology. There's a demand for it. People are using it and they're continuing to develop. They're not just riding the name and not doing anything. There's development on the chain. And that's what I'm seeing with Solana. And according to sentiment, right after that announcement, just it's trending and it's natural. It's a big news event. And you see right under Velo Fun Thursday is Solana. And the summary is the word Solana is trending due to the recent surge in price and popularity among crypto investors. Fast transaction, low fees. You guys know all of that, but it is trending. And then also we have market maker GSR.io estimates that a spot SOL ETF may increase the price of SOL by at least 8.9x. 8.9x from the current price of 140. That's why, again, I'm doing whatever I can to stack before this thing really takes off. The market in general, but right now I'm stacking Sol and Jupiter. And if we go back here to Van Eck, Van Eck predicted that in the year 2030, Solana would be around 3,200 per Sol. And it seems like they're putting their money where their mouth is by filing for this ETF here in the US. So something to think about. Also, that's not the only news on Solana. Other big news that people are talking about, but not really, is the Solana blinks. And you hear blinks, you're like, what is that? Doesn't make any sense to me. It is so cool what they're doing. And with the speed of Solana and the cheap fees, it makes perfect sense. So Marty Party tweeted, why would Solana blinks impact or disrupt the whole internet community right now? It says currently, when you want to sell or trade something on social media, you need to send the user to another website. With Blinks, you don't need marketplaces or any other websites anymore. You just post your product or offer, and the user interacts and transacts with the post. They never leave your timeline. This makes OF, eBay, Facebook Marketplace, everything redundant. So imagine you're you're trying to sell something, you're a content creator, and you have a link right on your Facebook or your X page, and someone could click on it and transact, and they're doing everything on, decentralized, no middlemen, no anything like that. And all you do is just verify the transaction on your wallet. 2 clicks, everything's completed. That is going to change the game. No other chain has anything like this. Let me show you a demonstration of this. So let me go ahead and expand this here. And you can just take a look and see how this works. So it looks like somebody's on the Jupiter DEX aggregator. Funny, I talked about that earlier. And you'll see them do a transaction using Blinks. There you go. That's the link. Put it right on the X page with a message. Person clicks on it. Boom. How much they want to pay. Then you get some verification on the wallet. Approve. Transaction completed. Do you see how simple that is and how that's going to change the game? Not only peer to peer, but just for merchants, small businesses, and the like. Look at that. Transaction completed. They didn't have to go to another wallet. They didn't have to do all these other different things. It was just a very simple step. And right on a website, social media site that everyone uses already. It just makes perfect sense. Solana and the tech, I'm telling you guys, you can listen to all the old heads if you want to, saying that it, freezes, it does all of this, which is true. But if you're trying to break technology norms and trying to be disruptive, you have to break the chains and you break things. And that may cause your system, you're flooding the system too much. Things may slow down. You fix it. But when it's time to go, you've been through all the trials and tribulations and you're just going. You're ahead of all the competition. Now, also, according to this, WorldCoin, which I'm not a big fan of, but their World ID is set to expand to the Solana ecosystem. So the Wormhole Labs has secured a grant from the WorldCoin Foundation to integrate World ID into the Solana ecosystem. And we already know with WorldCoin, there's a lot of people already on it. Just another tick to Solana and just more people coming onto the blockchain. Now, I also talked about new tech and just having people using your chain. Solana daily active addresses, according to daily Artemis, is about 1.9 million. Daily active addresses, not addresses, daily active addresses. Near is second at 1.7. Then you have Sui. Then you have ETH, the mothership. Then you have Toncoin, which is getting a lot of buzz right now. But look at all the others at the bottom there. All the activity, my guys, are going on right here. This is the activity right here. So yes, you could hold on these chains and the old stuff. And, I like Cardano personally. I like Phantom as well. But if you want to look and be, as far as where all activity is and where the growth can come from, look at these chains. Then if you look at the daily transactions, it doesn't even, it's crazy to even look at it, right? Daily transactions, Solana has 41 million versus the next closest is Near at 9 million. Then you have Sui at 2.8, then ETH at 1.2 million. Toncoin has 5.3 million. Aptos 736,000. and you go down. Injective has 2.6 million, and then you have Say at 4.1 million. But I mean, it's like triple the daily transactions compared to the next competitor, next L1. Very interesting. Now, smart money sees all of this, right? If we look at the flows by assets according to CoinShares, we see for the week ending last week, Bitcoin had a negative outflow of 630 million. ETH had an outflow of 58.3 million. And then you have Solana had an inflow of 2.7 million. Litecoin also had an inflow of 1.3. XRP had 700,000. Cardano had an outflow of 300,000. Chainlink had an inflow of 300,000. And then you have others. But if you look at this, the weekly, as far as weekly smart money inflows, Solana was the leader. And this was before the Van Eck ETF application. So we all know how I feel about Solana. I hope if you're clicking on this video, you like Solana too and you know where it can go. Not financial advice, but I'm just going to be stacking this until year end. Until this price stays where it's at. Anything under 200, I'm stacking and stacking and stacking. I think that is really going to set me apart, as well as my other investments. It's going to be worthwhile, and I think Solana is a smart move. Now, we have some headwinds coming in, though, so there may be some buying opportunities for Solana and Bitcoin and all your favorite projects because we're not in the clear yet. Yeah, we got a little bump today because of the hype of the ETF and some good news, but there's still some headwinds. Here in the US, we got a big inflation reading that comes out tomorrow. So if that is negative, or if it's worse than people think, that may force the Fed's hand in making some cuts. They already said that they're only going to cut rates one time this year. But if this is bad, as well as all the other news I'm going to show you as far as macro stuff goes, there's a chance we can get a surprise cut sooner than later. And if we get more than one cut, let's say 2-3 cuts, risk assets such as technology stocks and crypto could be set to take off. But for now, we got to deal with this. So if the news is good, the markets will be scared and prices may come down again. Then we have, a big, worldly company, popular company, Nike. Their shares fell 10% because of weakness. Well, Nike warned that it would cut its fiscal 2025 guidance as it continues to face challenges in its business. People aren't spending as much. And there's some other bad news. Walgreens will close a significant number of stores in the U.S., shutting down many unprofitable locations. And they talk about the forecast as far as consumer spending and all of that. People are feeling the pinch right now. Everything is that much more expensive going out to eat. If you're eating out alone, you can see it, but just imagine going out with families, with friends. People are just cutting back. Now, if the rate in the U.S. continues to stay high, interest rate that is, I don't see this could suppress the price of crypto for a little bit until things change. And can things change? Tonight, here in the U.S., we have a big debate. It's an election season here in the U.S., and this debate, everyone's going to be looking at it. We have the incumbent who, is not really crypto friendly, is starting to come around a little bit. And then we have the competitor who's the former president who is very pro crypto. So depending on the outcome of this and ultimately the election, that can sway crypto markets as well. So the purpose of me sharing all of this is just to let you know that there is a chance that the market can come down a little bit. And if it does, it'll be a great buying opportunity for what I just talked about, Solana, Bitcoin, Ethereum. But for me, I'm looking at Solana. And then the last headwind that we have that can impact the crypto space is Mt. Gox. So next month, they received approval to let go of a lot of Bitcoin. A lot of these people that held these Bitcoins are waiting to get it back, bought it under $1,000. And imagine having an investment of under $1,000 and now it's worth $60,000+. My guess is that at least half of these people will be selling this. And if they sell it, that can suppress the price of Bitcoin. And we know Bitcoin kind of impacts the remaining alts. So that could be another suppression as well. The way I see all this macro news is not as, FUD. It is FUD, but for me, it's an opportunity to get in, do your research, see where these projects are going, and load up, because we know what's going to happen when all of this is behind us. So you just got to be prepared when you're investing, know what's going on around you, know what's going on, what type of climate you're in, and find your spots, you know, where you can load up. So very exciting news today with Solana. I'm very excited, kind of feel vindicated, but that's not the end. We still have more to go, more development. We have fire dancers set to come up, and I'm sure there's so much more development happening. So I can't wait to see what the future holds for Solana and the Solana ecosystem. So that's my video for today. And guys, if you like it, please hit that like button. If you want to see more content, please subscribe to the channel. And I should have my camera situation fixed by the time I make the next video. So take care, and until next time, bye.